the cloud. Yep, done.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of our social media training, in particular Facebook. And I hope everyone enjoyed the part 1 like I did. It was fantastic. I'm sure that, I hope, Lisa, that you're going to check in and see if everyone did their homework.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But my name is Brenda Rogers and I'm the training manager at Young Living, and it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Lisa Chow. And I'd like to read you her bio because she's a very impressive young lady. So just bear with me as I read this because I don't want to get it wrong. So it has been said that Lisa Chow challenges the norm. Many company directors agree she is an incisive entrepreneur who thinks outside the box. Her more than 7 years as a field leader in the direct sales industry and her ability to quickly master new online technologies is pivotal to her success. Lisa is the founder and managing director of Content Maximizer, a digital marketing agency specializing in multimedia content creation and online lead generation. She is widely known as providing creative solutions for businesses that are challenged by online marketing. And that's most of them, I think, Lisa. One of her gifts is her ability to humanize technology, to translate the power and sales potential of the internet and deliver it in a fun and meaningful way for her clients and her audience. Her enthusiasm is infectious, and her high level of expertise and experience is widely sought after. She cares deeply about her clients' success, endorsing her philosophy of people first, business second. Her greatest joy is exceeding clients' expectations with online marketing strategies. And on that note, I'll hand it over to you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. So I am just going to get myself on camera a bit so I can say a quick hello. Hello, everyone. I just want to check in. Can you all see me and hear me? Can I see a Y or a hello on the chat box? Great. Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Matu, Candice, Jenny. Awesome. Bev, Rachel. Great. Now, can I just get a show of hands? Who was with me the last week? Who joined us last week? Can I just see a Y? Yes, you were fantastic. Great. Okay, and then those of you, this is your first time with me today. If I can just get a N for new, so I can see whether there's any new people that has joined us from last week. Okay, oh, awesome, Lynn, welcome. Great to have you with us. Great, oh, awesome. So it looks like most people has been together since last week, so you know my style. I like to, I speak fast, so I invite you to speak faster. English is my second language, so you know, if I do have grammatical mistake, I start making up my own words, please bear with me. And also, and you watch the recording, so you know my style, awesome. And that I like to interact. So just want to check in with all of you. Is that okay if we continue the interaction? Just get a Y if that's okay with you. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to get myself off camera and then I'm going to share my screen and get I play with the technology a bit this time. So hopefully we don't stuff around with the chat like we did. So can I just check in with you? Can you see my slide? To say yes, a full screen on my slide deck. Can you see? Brilliant. Okay, great. So let's rock and roll. So we are today going to Facebook Factor Module 2. So let's do a quick recap from last week. So last week we got into the basic things. So we talked about personal profiles, business page, and a group, you know, and the differences between those, some of the settings that you want to be aware of. And then we'll talk about the top 7 Facebook mistakes that that people make unintentionally, right? So So quick question. Since last week, have you made any changes or any implementations from our session last week? Can I just get people to type some feedback, whether you've made some changes to your profile page, you set up your business page for the first time, you set up a group for your customers. Has anyone done anything? Digital tagging, started using hashtag. Yay! Awesome. Any other people? I set up my Facebook page. Awesome. Good on you, Rachel. Good. Proud and dig the hashtag. Yep, that's it. Get this going. Good. Well, I'm glad that you guys are taking action. Well, today we're into intermediate, and we're going to go in a bit deeper. Get the Instagram account going. You go, girl. Right. So now can I just double check? Can you guys see the chat box, or is it only me who can see the chat box? Oh, you can see the chat box on my screen as well? You can see it. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so I don't know whether, oh no, you can't. Okay, Mary can't see, only if I bring it. Oh, okay, right. So you're not seeing it on my screen as a screen share. Okay, great, not brilliant. Okay, good. So I'm not covering slides. So let's go to, so today we're going to go into the intermediate level of Facebook marketing. Oops. Now, before I get started, I'm going to go through some worksheets with you guys. So I haven't had a chance to get those emailed to you. So if you do have your phone next to you, your mobile phone, then if you can text the word Facebook to this mobile number, and then it will email the worksheet to you so we can go through those together. So if you want to just get your phone out, just type the word Facebook to, text it like an SMS to that number, then it will email that to you. So once you're done, just write Y, as in the letter Y, as in yes, then I know that we are good to continue going. Okay, if your phone is not close to you, that's okay as well. We can arrange to get it out to you later. User avoid. That's okay. I just want to make sure that you guys have that sent out to you. That's, awesome. Good, have write it. You'll see this number a few times as I go into each of the worksheets. Okay, and with the worksheets, you can do it afterward as well, and you can watch the replay. Okay, so I'm going to share 5 hot principles with you today. So the first one is make yourself pop. So before I explain what it is, well, let's talk about what happens if you don't know how to make yourself pop. If you don't know how to make yourself pop, then you're just going to be like everyone else. It's like part of the, what's that Aussie saying? It's like the sheep. Do we follow the sheep or the lamb? What's the Aussie saying? See, this is where I need you guys' help with my English. You're just gonna be like, like everyone else, and you don't want that. And what also, if you don't know how to make yourself pop, is that you're gonna be the one chasing your prospects. It's gonna be a lot of work. And eventually, if you're gonna keep doing this, you're gonna get burnt out. And no one wants to get burnt out. However, if you do know how to make yourself pop, then you're going to stand out from your competitors. Your clients are going to be coming to you rather than you needing to chase them. And then for you to, whether it's to sell products or build your business, it's going to be effortless. It's like, the water slide, it's just going to slide and there's no friction and just effortless. Who likes effortless? Can I just get a Y? Yeah, brilliant. Great. Thank you. Yep, we like that. So what is it? What does make yourself pop mean? Well, what it means is about building your personal brand, building your personal branding. So what it is how you appear to the world. It's about what people identify you with. So let's go through some examples together. So when you see Rachel Branson, what's the word that pops for you? Can I just get you guys to type in the chat box? when you see Richard Branson, what, you know, what does he represent to you? Success, virgin and parties, charismatic, virgin, absolutely, right? Virgin Airlines, totally. Fun, yes, totally. And in entrepreneurship, you know, for me, Richard Branson is about business, spaceship, great, right? So you can see that, you know, with there's a similar theme as you guys are typing, adventure, totally, of what he represents. So now, what about Nelson Mandela? So when you think of Nelson Mandela, what do you identify with? Hardship, quick thinker, leader. Yeah, totally. Yep, leadership. Freedom. Yep, unity. Yeah, so you can see there's similar themes that Nelson Mandela himself, you know, represents to a lot of people. What about Mother Teresa? What does she represent to you? Peace. Yes, absolutely. Compassion. Yes, definitely. Love. Yep, absolutely. Angel on earth. Yes. So see, when you see these people, there's just this common theme because of who they're being. Faith. Absolutely. Now, what about this guy with Psy? Does he look I get a question mark. Gangnam Style. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, so Psy is Gangnam Style, right? So that became his brand, Toba. Yeah, definitely. So it's about when someone sees that person, they think of, you know, there's an association, and that's what the personal branding is. So then the question is, well, how do you do this? How do you build your personal brand? How can you get people to identify you with different things? Well, you can do it unconsciously, or you can actually do it consciously. So like I said last time, the first thing about building a personal brand is not being authentic. It's really hard to be someone that you are not. It is way easier to be someone who you really are, but you are just consciously, I guess, putting it out there in the digital space. So here's a few areas that can help you to consciously decide how you build your personal brand. The first thing is, it could be interests. It could be interest topics that, you know, when people think of a certain topic, they will think of you, right? So interest in topics. The next one is character, you know, or your personality traits. You know, what type of person, you know, that you want people to see you to be. You know, whether you're a fun person, a gentle person, a high energy person. You know, how do you want people to identify with you? It could be through sports, you know, because you're a massive sport fan or a Zumba fan. You know, maybe like, you know, I used to be into Zumba, and then, you know, when people see Zumba, go, oh yeah, Lisa's really into that, right? So, so it could be sport is another way that you can create your personal brand. Not that you need to, you know, be playing it, but you could just be a massive fan about it. You're into that type of information, and you know, you like researching on it or watching it. So sport could be another way. Nature could be another way that that you want people to identify you with. So for example, for me is I love animals. So so a lot of things that I share has to do with animals. I've actually incorporated animals and animal energy into my business. So, you know, whether it's maybe you're into flowers, maybe into birds, maybe into ocean. Another friend of mine, he always posts photos of the ocean. He where he goes for walks every morning with his wife. They're all in the sunrise, and then they take these beautiful photos. So whenever I see pictures of ocean, it makes me think of Tom, right? So here's another area that you can build it so that people will associate you with certain things to do with nature. Colors. So color is another way that you can create an association for, you know, with you. So like, for example, with Steve Jobs, let me ask you, what color does Steve Jobs wear when he was around? gray, black turtleneck, right? He's always wearing the same thing. Yep, exactly. So, so it's colors that, you know, people can identify, you know, a person with. So with myself and my personal brand, orange is my color. I just think orange is such a happy, vibrant color. So it's more like an orangey red. That's my, or reddy orange. So that's my color. And it gets to a point now where all my clients say to me, I see orange, I think of you, right? So it's another way that you can build this branding and association. So now what I want to do is go through the worksheet together with you. Now, if you haven't downloaded the worksheet yet, you know, you can, like I said, SMS the word Facebook to this mobile number, and then you can get to do this later. But I'm going to take you through these worksheets. So this worksheet is the brand identifier. It will help you to consciously design your brand. So we start with interests. So what are some of the things that you're interested in, that you want people to identify you with? Could it be food? Like, for example, I love eating, I love food. I go out and I love taking photos of food, and I take and I share it. And it got to a point where people say, Lisa, always, you know, I always see these food photos on your Facebook post. So so, you know, so that's one of my things. You know, it could be yours or it might not be, that's okay. But here's just some other ideas like cooking, wellness, natural products, fitness, technology, gadget. I'm a massive Apple girl, so I always get the latest gadget. I'm wearing one of mine at the moment, the Apple AirPod, you know, going into my earpiece. So found this new sense of freedom with this new gadget. So that's my thing, and I like posting that too. And people always go, "Oh, Lisa, you and your toy." So right, so it's the it's part of the brand that you're creating, but it's about being authentic with it. Business, entrepreneurship. You know, here are just some ideas, right? So what I want you to do when you got that worksheet in front of you is actually write down a few interests that you're actually interested in, that you want people to identify you with. So next part is sport. So if you are a sporty person, then write down the sport or sports that you're interested in. I'm personally not a big sporting person. So my latest thing is swimming. Whereas, for example, my partner and his whole family, they into like Ironman, and, you know, my partner runs, and, you know, so they're into that, but sport is not me. So, yes, so I would leave that in. But however, if you're a sporting person, then, you know, write that down. The next thing is nature. So like I share with you, you know, if you are a nature person, so whether it's animals or whether it's plants or flowers, like I love flowers. So when I go for walks and sometimes just beautiful flowers just catches my attention, I take photos of that and then I share that on my Instagram, which is linked to my Facebook, because I appreciate natural beauty. So so nature is another one. The ocean, birds, insects, you know, if those of you who are into insects, then, you know, you can write that down as well. So I'm just going to pause there for a second. How are we going so far? Is all of this making sense? Can I just get a why or yes or yeah? Great. So if I have a business, you are ahead of me, Anthony. Right. So the question is, if I have a business page, like, and I'm into sport, like, what do I post? I'm going to get to that soon. Okay. Brilliant. So it looks like we're on track. I haven't lost anyone. Okay. So then character. How do you want people to see you, or in terms of character? Are you a fun person, positive, serious, uplifting, encouraging, supportive, leader, you know, maybe gentle, you know, maybe soft, you know, or maybe being open, right? So what is your character, and how do you want people to see you? And the next one is family. So if family is important for you, then maybe that is another thing that you can share, like photos of your family. You know, it could be close family or distant family. And, you know, if they are distant family and you go, oh, I can't, you know, send photos because, you know, I migrate to Australia. Well, you know what? If you are doing a video call or a Skype call, you know what? You can do a shot, you know, a selfie and do a post and go chatting with mom overseas. Gosh, I miss her, or whatever, you know, or nice to connect with that online, you know. So, you know, you can share family things. So I came to Australia in 1988. It was only mom, dad, my brother, and I, like I shared with you last week, and that's it, just the four of us. So whenever we do family things, I like taking photos and I like sharing them. So that's my thing. Or maybe your kids, right? Nephews, nieces. So, you know, so people go, oh, wow, you know, this person is a family person, if that's who you are. And finally, like I said, color. You know, if you want to use color as a brand identifier, and you don't have to, but if you do, then what color would that be? So you write that down as well. Right, has this been helpful? Is this helpful so far to consciously design and create your brand and being intentional on how you want people to see you? Brilliant, great, thank you. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Candice. Thank you, Cynthia. Great. Okay, so now I want to just get some feedback with this section. I want to get some takeaway from you guys. So what is the takeaway that you got from consciously designing your brand and being intentional about it, and the exercise that we just went through together? Can I just get you guys to just type? Oh, thank you, Matu. You are so good, and this answers Anthony's question. So the B and the P. Okay, so oh, fabulous, Meredith. You're already doing the colors. That's great. So what's the B and the P? So the B stands for business, and P is personal, right? So what the next thing to do after you've written down each of the things in this area is to circle, is this a business thing or is this a personal thing? So for example, family, that's personal. I'm not going to post it on my business page. Color, it can be both, but it's more in particular is the business side. So then, you know, that's something I would utilize more around my business posts. Character, I would say, is both. But then, for example, you can then, let's just say if some of your characters is being positive, uplifting, leadership, then when you come across those type of posts, not posts, but images, then you can share those on your business page, right? Interest, I'm going to go into that in my next few hot principles with you. But with interest, that can be both business and personal. But let's just say if we take it from business side, then you will do those posts on your business page. But then once you've posted it on your business page, you can then share it on your personal page, right? Sport, if you can link the sport part to business as well, then you can use sporting principle on your business page, right? So does that make sense? It's about now categorizing with this content, whether they're business or personal. Like for example, nature is predominantly personal, but I somehow integrated the animals into my business, into my site, my website. But those of you who don't have a website and it might not be relevant, then simply personal, right? Because when people check you out online, and we're going to go into that later, they're going to check on your personal page as well. So it's about having consistency. Yeah, exactly. Great, cool. So going back to, so have I answered the question in terms of the B and the P? Yes, great. Awesome, thank you. So takeaway, so been doing the interest colors, great. The grid is very easy to educate leaders on identifying things to post. Yep, instead of posting too many business posts. Yes, I know people go to Facebook to hang out. Don't bore them with business stuff, especially from your personal page. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, so principle number 2. is build your hive, right? So you can see the queen bee in the middle, and then you have got a lot of working bees around her. So before going into what exactly does that mean, let's talk about what happens if you don't master this particular principle. Well, if you don't master this principle, what it means is that you're going to be working really hard. As you can see, that actually looks like a big potato. But yes, you're going to be working really hard, and we don't like that. You're going to be unleveraged, right? Because you're going to be by yourself. And what you really want to do is you want to work smarter, not harder. And you want to get working bees or working ants working for you. And you want to be leveraged, right? So you cannot build a huge organization and impact a lot of people if you're not leveraged. So that is a really important principle, is the ability to leverage yourself. And one of the ways you do it is to build your hive. So what exactly is building your hive? Well, it's about getting content working for you. So each piece of content is like a working bee. Imagine you have got a whole bunch of working bees just out there working for you day in, day out. And that's what content is going to do for you. Now, there are different ways you can do it. You can share other people's content, so you don't need to be the one creating everything. Or you can create your own content, just like this very handsome guy here. Do you reckon he's handsome? Can I get a H if you think this guy is handsome? No H's? Oh dear, poor gentleman. Oh, okay, get a few supports here. Poor guy. Is he my partner? No, he is not my partner. Oh, good to have some laughs. So how do you do this? How do you build your hives with content so that they're like working bees for you? So the first thing that you want to do whether you are sharing content or you're creating content is you need to identify your audience. So who are you creating this content for? Number two is your voice. So what is the voice that you want to speak from when you create the content or when you share the content? So there are a few different voices you can use. You can use the voice of an expert. So let's just say, you are a naturopath, or you are a professional sports person, or you're a coach, right? So that is already your expertise. And the content that you're sharing is related to your field. So then you can speak from the space of an expert's voice. So for example, one of the guys that I've been following, Dr. X, he is into natural remedy. He's a doctor by trade. Really like his content. So his content comes from a space of an expert because he's a doctor. And yet, for him, he believes food is medicine, which is also the same philosophy that I have. The other voice that you can use is an explorer. So an explorer is someone that you're not necessarily the expert, but you're exploring, you're on a journey, and you're sharing what you're learning on your journey with others. So for example, another one I came across recently is Wellness Mama. So in the last few weeks, I've developed eczema, which is now clearing, thank goodness. But in that journey, I was just researching for everything, and I came across this lady, and for her, it's because of her becoming a mom, and she wants to give her children as many natural things rather than chemical things as possible. So she shared her journey in her discovery. Yeah, she's good, right? Yeah. So I know she does some pretty good content. So so this lady, is like an explorer. As she goes to her journey, she's sharing her journey, what she's learning, other experts that she gets involved in. So she's not the expert, but she's just sharing her discovery. Sometimes you stuff up, sometimes you don't, but you're just sharing that. And then the last one is being an interviewer. So you can actually go out there and you can interview experts, and you're creating content that way, right? Good. Yeah, I can see there's a few people who is familiar with some of the examples that I'm giving here. That's great to know. So an example of an interviewer is Dave Asprey with Bulletproof. He's actually a combination of expert and interviewer, but he's got this phenomenal podcast where he just interview all the all the top people from around the world in the space of peak performance. He's into body hacking. He wants to live up to 180, and he's doing everything he can to get himself there in the healthy way. So not the chemical way. So he interviews. Has awesome podcasts. So here's an example from a voice of an interviewer. Okay. Now, the third thing after knowing your voice is the source. Where are you going to get your content from? Where are you going to find research so that you can share information, right? So obviously the Young Living website, the Young Living blog, Young Living social media should be places that is part of your sources. The DSA, the Direct Selling Australia site, they've got phenomenal podcasts, interviewing different leaders to, in this industry and what helped them to be successful. The DSA Facebook page, so those are excellent sources for content. But then in your different areas of interest, you will have different sources. So if you are into technology and gadgets, like for me, I like the Apple stuff, and Macwell. So, I get information from there. In my internet marketing space, I have my own sources of where I go to get information to learn from and to share. So, in your different topics or your interests, it's about knowing where your reliable sources are. Then the fourth one is your medium, right? So how are you going to be sharing your content? Is it going or creating your content? Are you going to create it through video, podcast, or audio? So that's pretty easy as well. Blog posts for those of you who like writing. Some people are really good writers. Or images, right? So you choose your medium, the one that you're most comfortable with. So for me, I'm most comfortable with either video. Actually, I'm comfortable with all of four of them. But I like to, if I want to create an impact, I tend to do video, really fast, really quick, which we're going to go into next week. But then podcast is also great. I don't need to do my makeup, and then just press record and talk. So that's easy. And then, we can type that, or you can turn that into images as well. So it's about knowing what's the medium that you're comfortable with. And then finally, to create the content is to use a framework. So why, what, how, and the outcome, right? So using a framework to create the content will make it very easy for you to create the content. So for example, if I was to be looking for a wrinkle cream with essential oils in it, because no one likes having wrinkles, and I want to create a piece of content about this, then following the framework, you can say, well, today I want to tell you guys about this phenomenal wrinkle cream with essential oil. But you know what? Why do you want to know this? Well, quite frankly, having wrinkles, in my opinion, doesn't look really good, right? I think it looks better on the Sharpie dog than it does on me. And what I really want is I just want to have useful, vibrant skin. Well, if that's something that is of interest to you as well, then I think I have found the product for you. Well, what is it? It is the Boswellia. Am I pronouncing this right? I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Can I get a Y if I am pronouncing the product right? Boswellia, brilliant, right? Well, what is it? Well, it's a moisturizer with Young Living's essential oil. It's got things like frankincense, sandalwood that really moisturizes skin while it minimizes the shine, because we don't want to have a shiny face. But what it also does is it relaxes your facial tension and it reduces the effect of sun damage. So it's an awesome product. Now, it also is essential like frankincense, geranium, or I can't pronounce that one, Maya, Maya, am I saying this right? A yes or no? You know what I mean, right? Myrrh? Like, okay, there you go. It's got myrrh in it. Sandalwood, ylang. Am I saying this right? Yeah, right. Great, thank you for your support. You guys are amazing. So these are the essential oils that obviously, if you're going to be making this video, you're going to pronounce it properly, not like how I do it. But you just explain what is it, and then how do you use it? Well, you open the jar, you get a small amount, you spread it evenly on your face after you shower, and voila, that's it. So then what's the action step you want people to take? Well, click on the link below to place an order. Comment below once you've tried this product. Let me know what you think. Subscribe and find out other amazing essential oil products from Young Living, right? So whatever that is. So you have a call to action. So can you see how that follows the why, what, how, and outcome framework? Great. So now I'm going to go into the next worksheet that you'll have there, which is the content styler. So in this content styler worksheet, what you will see is, starting on the left, the audience. So, who's your content for? So when you're going to start creating content or sharing content, you need to know, who are you targeting? Whilst the product's amazing and it can help everyone, it will be much easier when you know who you're creating content for. So for example, is it for a busy corporate exec who wants top performance, and he or she is looking for products, natural products that's going to enhance his or her performance? Or maybe it's a stay-home mom who wants natural products for their kids. Or maybe people who are looking for natural alternatives, who don't want to go the traditional chemical way, and they want, natural ways to approach things. And also, you got to be conscious with your content. Is it for prospects or is it for the team? Because you can create content and you can create videos, especially if you are, say, silver and above, then I highly encourage you to create content for your team. When I was in the field, and because I had, team members from all around the world, time zones, etc., it's just really hard to get everybody together. So when you create videos, you create content. A lot of the contents that I created for my team were actually mindset training type of content to help them build the business. So so it's about knowing who your audience is, and so that you're creating content for them. So for example, if I was in the creating content and I'm in the business, I probably will be talking to the corporate execs and people who are after the natural alternatives, because that's where I came from. That's my journey. So it's so much easier and it's so much more authentic, because I'm been through it and I'm going through it, and I can speak in a language that that resonates with them. Whereas I don't have kids yet, except, you saw a photo from last week, I've inherited a 15-year-old, but that's still very different to being a mum. So I think it's about being authentic. I will find that, or I think you'll find it easier that the audience that you're speaking to probably is, a group that is similar to, to yourself in a journey that, you've gone through. Okay, am I making sense so far? Can I just get some feedback? Put a yay. Okay, actually, give me a smiley face. Can I get a smiley face? That's one of the hard things about webinars, is that you don't get to see people. Oh, you guys are so cute. Oh, thank you. Good. Okay, now we're going to move from Y to smileys. Awesome. You guys are the best. Okay, next. The voice. So like we said, so what voice do you want to come from when you are creating content and sharing content? Is it from as an expert, as an explorer, as an interviewer? What voice do you want to create content from? So write that down when you got your worksheets. Then the source, you know, where are you going to get your content from? So in the previous part that we just went through about the topics and interests, what you should have under each topic or interest, you will have your sources, so that then you can share contents that, you've got like say 3 to 5 reliable sources where you can share content from, and it just makes it very easy. Okay. And then finally is medium, you know, so when you're going to be creating content, what format resonates with you, whether it's video, audio, blog posts, or images. So what I want you to do when you have got your worksheet is actually write that down. Capiche? Sounds good? Happy? Give me a smiley face. Awesome, great. Okay, so now can I get some takeaway from the principle number 2 about building your hive? So using content as your be working for you 24/7. And the worksheet that we just went through together, you know, the 5 ways to get yourself ready. Can I get some feedback? What's your takeaway from this? Bringing it all together. Yeah, brilliant. It's a bit of the process, but thank goodness you guys have it as a video, so you can go back to and watch it over again. Think of your audience. I think I often try to appeal to everyone. Yes, so yep, totally. Great for your preparation, absolutely. All of it, thank you, great. Okay, so principle number 3, targeting your content. Great, thank you, Matu. Okay, is set your rhythm. Can you hear? Yep. So it's about setting your rhythm. So if you don't set your rhythm, what happens is that you're going to get unorganized and you're going to be all over the place. It also means that you're going to be very inconsistent in your action, and inconsistency really gets you nowhere. And you know what? Quite frankly, it's really hard work when you don't have a rhythm built, right? So look at this poor lady there. So what you want is that if you've got the rhythm going, you're going to be in the flow. Yeah, I've seen that in a few places. Yes, Mary. Totally. So if you get your rhythm going, then you're going to be in the flow. It's going to be easy, right? And, you know, it's going to be effortless. It's like, you know, the Teflon, you know, the eggs just fly off, right? So that's what we want. We just want effortless. Who wants effortless? Can I just get a E? Yep, that's it. We just want to flow. Yay, totally. Great, thank you. So what is this? What is it about setting a rhythm? Well, it's about building a content calendar, right? So how do you do this? Well, first of all, is to decide which part are you going to be curating, and what are you going to be creating. So creating simply means sharing other content, so other articles, other pictures, other videos. So so sharing other people's content versus creating your own. Whilst it's always a great idea to create more of your own than to share, to be realistic, I'd rather you share more and create a bit less, but have the consistency, because that's realistic. Okay. Then it's about deciding on your frequency. So how frequently are you going to be sharing and creating content? Then the next part is about having a theme, right? So, you know, so I'm going to share with you how we do it. But once you create a theme or different themes, it's just going to be so much more easier with your rhythm. So let me share with you, for example, with my business Content Maximizer and the content that we create. What we have is a theme called Marketing Monday. So every Monday we share an image that we've created that has got to do with like a marketing quote. So we will find marketing quotes from from all over the internet, and when we find quotes that we thought is pretty cool, we're going to create an original image with that, and then we share that every Monday. So so Monday for us are the quotes, and we call it Marketing Monday. So you can see here's an image. Marketing is a process, not a decision, and never a magic trick. By this gentleman. So we created an image with that, and then it goes out to our social media platforms as well as our websites, as an ongoing content strategy, right? So so Wednesday, our theme is called Web Stats Wednesday. So it's about statistics to do with digital marketing. And what we do is we go out and we find infographics. So we don't create these ourselves, but we just go out there, look for infographics to do with digital marketing, and then we share one every Wednesday. So that is the theme that we have. So you can see here is the page, one of the pages itself is got an infographic to do, in this particular case, video marketing. And then there is a little comment that I wrote in relation to this particular infographic. And we always link the source of where we found the image from. Is this making sense so far? Can I just get a smiley face? Yeah, cool. Haven't lost anyone. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, I even got a bit of a wink. Perfect. Okay, and then on for Friday, we got free tips Friday. So these are content that we create. So it could be podcasts, interviews, videos I've made. So basically our own internal blogs that we create. So so that is for Friday. So here is a bit of a snapshot, just a screenshot of our internal calendar. So we use a Google spreadsheet, and our team just use this. So this is for the Marketing Monday. So you can see the date that is going to be posted, the quote that we've found, the author that is from. So then, the team finds it. We go, yep, this looks good. They create the image and then they schedule it, etc. Right? But so using the spreadsheet, it just makes it really easy. And what we do is we work off a block of 12. So 12 quotes, 12 images, one a week, bang. We've got 3 months worth of content done. So we only need to do this 4 times. A bit more than 4 times, like 3 times, and you got a whole year covered, right? So we don't go and try to create an image every week. We do it in blocks. Yep. So then you just got this framework going, and you just make it happen. Do you use something to actually schedule to post out to Facebook? Yes, we do. We use a tool called CoSchedule. Buffer is another great tool. Hootsuite is also another great tool. So there are many awesome tools out there to do the scheduling, and I definitely recommend to explore them. But the one that we use is called CoSchedule. So CO and then schedule. Yep, as one word. So so that's perfect. No space. There you go. Thanks, Yvonne. Yep, CoSchedule. So but like I said, there are many tools out there that you can use. But once again, that will help you to create your rhythm. So let's have a look at a worksheet together. So this is the content rhythm worksheet. So let's have a look and see what we have to do. So on this worksheet, when you have it in front of you, you're going to see on the left-hand side is the column that says content curation, so sharing others' content. And on the right-hand side is content creation. It's about creating your own content. So one on each side. So the next question is, which day of the week will you be sharing other content? So you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So you can decide based on what is realistic for you, how many days a week do you want to share content? Like for us, for example, we do 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we don't share every day. Because you want to make sure that the rhythm that you choose is going to be sustainable for you. If you only want to do 1 a week, then do 1 a week and just keep with that. But you can, so in here, it's about saying, okay, which are the days of the week that I'm going to share out this content, and you put a circle on those days. And then on the right hand side is which are the days that you're going to be sharing your own content, right? So I think to start off with, I would probably recommend to just do 1 a week, right? For sharing others, you can do a few more, maybe 2 or 3. But for those of you who are really ambitious, you can do like all 7 days. But in terms of content creation and consistent content creation, then I would recommend to only just do it, start with 1 a day, unless you've got people to help you to create the content. What time of the day do you post onto social media? So it all varies because, for example, for us, our clientele are businesses rather than individuals. So it really depends on what time are they most active. And that's another reason why you want to have also post to a business page, because Facebook business page give you Facebook insights. And in the insights, one of the things it will share is the time that your audience are most active, and that's the time that you share. Yes, okay, cool, awesome. Okay, so are you good with which day of the week that you're going to be sharing, right? So you decide, okay, you know what, Monday and Wednesday I'm going to be sharing other content on the topics of whatever you've written before, and then on the Friday it's going to be my own content, right? So in here it's about saying which days of the week. Then the next part is a theme. So like I share with you, for us is Marketing Monday, Website Wednesday, and Free Tips Friday. So only 3 days. So we know in those days, what are we sharing? So for you is to theme your days. The day that you have circled above, this is when you go, okay, on that day, what is going to be the topic or the theme, right? So you know how before under branding, with those topics that you have written down, I'm interested in wellness, I'm interested in entrepreneurship, I'm interested in natural products. So those are different themes, right? So you can go, okay, on Monday, I'm going to share Magic Monday. Magic Monday is sharing, positive quotes to help people start the week, for example. So then you've set up a theme for that day, right? So therefore, moving forward, on that day, you will only share content that relates to that theme, right? Am I making sense here? Can I just want to check in that this is clear? Can I just get a yep? Awesome, good, great. Yeah, fantastic. Yep, Magic Monday TM. I love it. Okay, so then once you have decided on your themes and which days do these themes belong to, then what I would recommend to do is do it in blocks. So I like to work on a cycle of 12, right? So let's just say if we do 1 a week and you got 12, you've got 3 months covered. So let's just say if you're gonna, one of your topics is entrepreneurship, then maybe on the topic 1 under the theme entrepreneurship, it could be attitude, and then topic 2 could be work ethics. Topic 3 could be time management, right? Topic 4 could be working from home, right? So am I making sense here? Is you write down on this worksheet, the theme that you're finding content for, and then you just put the topics down there. And under curation, then you can just go out there and where the sources. Remember, we talk about the sources where you find content. So you can go to the sources, find really good articles, and just pop those articles in. And then all of a bang, you've got 12 weeks of content ready to go, right? And this is just finding content that is of interest to you. So it could be wellness thing, could be cooking things, So have the theme and then have the topics underneath. So you spend the time to do the thinking, and then afterward it's all it's just execution. And then same thing for content creation. If you're going to be creating content, you could be doing videos, Facebook Live, which we're going to talk about next week. Is then you can go, you know what, this week I'm going to talk about this. Next week I'm talking. So you've already got all your topics thought through. Then all you need, and then we've already gone through the framework of the why, what, how, and the outcome. You just follow that framework to then create the content. Yeah. We talk about blog posts or Facebook posts. So it's either or, right? So, you know, with blog posts, so you can write your own blog or you can share other people's blogs and you can share them on your Facebook, right? So it's about mapping out your content so that you either create it or you share it, or you create it and share, or you just share it with someone else's content. But these help you plan your topics and your themes. Am I making sense? Can I just get a yes? Or you've got questions? You're like, yeah, great, awesome. So with this worksheet, you can either work on this worksheet or you can move this onto a spreadsheet and just put it in there, and then you can put links in there. So if you, especially under the content curation, where you're looking for content or you're researching content, then you can just paste the link in your spreadsheet, so it's all sorted. Yeah. But of course, if you're going to be sharing other people's content with the link, put a comment around it. You know, hey, came across this, found this really interesting, didn't know about this, or whatever, right? So you so don't just post a link and have no comments, you know, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be sharing it and start building your brand. So, can I get some takeaway from all of you? You know, what did you get from this section about having your content rhythm? What did you learn from what we just went through together? Yeah, exactly. So this helps you to be more organized and plan ahead. And how much more effective? Yeah, totally. Use a spreadsheet. Yeah, putting the pieces. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to fly through the next couple of parts. I just realized the time. You know that is it okay if I can get another 10 minutes, because I just realized the time we're 8:27. Just want to check in with you guys. Is it okay if I go a bit over time? Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you guys enjoying yourself, by the way? Yeah. Good, awesome. Thank you. All right, so let's continue to rock and roll. So number 4, work as a pack, right? So he has some beautiful wolves, so cute. But you know, wolves, you know, they operate as a pack. So there's power in that. Well, what happens if you don't do that? Well, if you don't do that, then you're alone. You know, you're operating by yourself. You're operating solo, and when you operate as solo, you're weak, right? And you're not going to get the impact that you want. And you're going to be unnoticed. You know, look at this chameleon here, you know, like it just blend, you know, don't even notice it. And the thing is, if you do get this right, then, and you operate and you work as a pack, you're going to be strong. You're going to have high impact. And you're going to get noticed. And that's what we want. And when you get noticed, you know what? You can look like a rock star, right? So who's happy to be a rock star? Don't need to think. Can I get an R? A letter R? Yeah, great. Thank you. Brilliant. Yeah. So because, you know, when you post content out there and then your prospect check you out and you got heaps of responses on your post, and go, man, who's this person? They're getting heaps of engagement in what they do. They must know what they're doing. They must be important. I'm going to pay more attention, right? So what is this? So I touched on this last week, but I think this is really like a secret sauce. So if you get this right and you all operate as a team, it's really powerful. So it's about engaging in your team's posts. So your upline, your downline, your crossline, right? It's working with your whole team, right? So you're engaging with each other's posts. You like it, you comment on it, you support it. And that includes the company's one as well, it's especially your company's one, right? You want that when a company do a post, that it has got, 100 likes, and it's got 50 comments, right? Because when your new team member joins and then they see there's so much engagement going on with your company's Facebook page, then they're going to go, wow, this company is really rocking. So we all need to operate as a team, and we operate as a pack. And then also you share. And by doing that, what it also does is that it triggers the Facebook algorithm. And what it means when it triggers the algorithm is that it will share the post to even more people, giving it more visibility, giving your post more visibility. Yeah, working as a team, absolutely, right? And like I said before, with your post that all your team members have responded to, it makes you look like a rock star. But in order for you to look like a rock star, you've got to help others, your mates, to also look like a rock star. So does that sound like a good deal? Give me a smiley face. Yes, awesome, great, thank you. Great. So how do you do this? Well, really simple. Be friends with your team on Facebook. Follow your colleague's business page. And if you don't know their business, well, all of you should have your business page on your profile as part of the About You. So therefore, if I'm friends with you, I should be able to go to find out your Facebook page. And if you haven't set that up, please set that up ASAP. And then also actively look out for your team's posts. So at the beginning, they might not show up on your news feed because there hasn't been much interaction. So Facebook won't know that that person's post is important to you and not show for you. So you might actually need to go into your team's Facebook page and start interacting with it. Once you get those interaction going, it will trigger the algorithm and then you'll see more of their posts, right? But initially you got to actively look out for your team members' posts and your company's posts. Engage with their posts, like it, love it, laugh, so really, get engaged with your team so that you're operating as a pack, right? So can I get some takeaway from this principle about work as a pack? What stood out for you? What did you learn from this? What are you going to do? This will be fun. Yay, we like fun. Awesome. Yeah, trigger those algorithms, engage with people, put your Facebook page on your profile. Yeah, your business page. Yep, totally. Great. Yep, interaction is important and connection, totally. Yep, connect with your team. Yep, doesn't matter whether they're your upline or your crossline, you know what, we operate as a team and everybody benefits. Yep, great. Yep. So now the last part is play the field, right? So, well, what happens if you don't know how to play the field properly? Well, if you don't know how to play with the field properly, then you can come across awkward digitally. And look at this poor little elephant. Well, not quite little, but elephant there. People run away from you, when you're a bit awkward, so you don't really want that. And what happens is that you're gonna be stuck in your warm market, right? Like no one likes to be stuck. Look at this poor girl here. Now, if you do know how to play the field properly, then you're gonna meet like-minded people who share common interests as you. You're gonna have fun, right? Because you're gonna be mingling with people who are into the same thing as you, whether it is about, natural things, whether it's about personal development, whether it's about mindset, speak the common language, right? So you're gonna have fun meeting and conversing with these people. And you know what it also means? It means that you'll have unlimited prospects, right? Who wants unlimited prospects? Just put a Y for me. Yeah, exactly. Hell yes. Okay, we all do. So what is this? So what it is what we call forum marketing. In our internet marketing space, we call it forum marketing. So how do you do this? Well, We already mentioned last time that with Facebook, they've got groups. So what you can do is that you can actually join groups. So for example, I did an example where I searched natural wellness, and then you search it in Facebook, and it's going to come up with a whole bunch of groups that is related to natural wellness. So as you can see, the top one, 134 members. Next one, Natural Wellness Tribe, 281 members. Natural Health Friends, 946 members. Natural Health Products, 607 members. Nutritional and natural health in Singapore, so if you want to build an international business, 6,220 members, right? And this is just one of the theme or one of the topics of natural wellness. So you can join these Facebook groups and you can participate and meet friends. It's like going to a meetup where you're into the common topics, so you can converse with people and get to know each other, and you can bring them from online to offline. So what you do is you join groups of your interests, right? So only like the under the branding part where we talk about under interests, where you've already written down things that you are interested in, right? So go and look for groups of those interests. Next thing is you participate. You like posts, you ask questions, answer questions, right, with your experience, etc. Right? So if you find articles that you say, hey, I came across this article, what you talk about here, this might be useful, right? So participate, add value, right? So you're in there to add value and don't go in and sell, right? The moment you go into a group and start selling, they will kick you out before you know it, right? But if you're in there, you're adding value, you find out who's the owner of the group, you support them, like their stuff, then the owner goes, who's this person, right? They're going to check you out, and then they're going to notice your posts, and then you can connect, and you can go from the chats that you have on the news feed, and then you can do PM, private messaging, right? I said to, be subtle, but be authentic, be real. And you join those groups because you are interested in those topics, right? I share with, God, saying stepdaughter sounds still feels a bit foreign to me, but with Caitlin, I share with her, she went on the weekend, she went to this group called Tomorrow's Youth. So it's like personal development for teenagers. She hasn't been there for a while. She doesn't know anyone. And she goes, I feel so awkward to be here. And I go, well, you're part of the Facebook page. Why don't you start participating in there, right? And then start liking people's posts and start commenting, so that then they start noticing you and you start getting familiar with their names and their faces. So next time you go to a physical meetup, you know who they are, and you can continue those conversations, right? So you can always bring from online to offline. So Facebook pages, Facebook groups is a very, very powerful tool if you know how to use it properly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, exactly. Let's not talk about other people and what they do. What we focus on is what we do, right? And who are we being when we participate? And most importantly, you gotta have fun when you're in there. Enjoy it rather than trying to go in and trying to fish. That's not what we're doing. We're there to connect, and we're here to add value. When you're here to have fun, and naturally you will find people that you resonate with and you're going to connect with, and you're going to go from online to private message, to offline. It's just a very natural progression. Okay, so this is the last worksheet that we're going to go through together. So this is the party planner worksheet. So on this worksheet, you'll find that I've got a few different themes. So these themes are those topics, those interests that you wrote in the first worksheets, right, about your brand identifier. So under each of those, you put the themes, and then you pick, say 3 groups, no more than 3, that you're interested in. Check them out. Chances are you're probably not going to be that active in all 3. You're probably going to end up being active in just one of them. But at least starting with 3 gives you some choices. Also, my recommendation is probably don't do more than 3 themes, because next thing you know, you're going to be spending all your time in Facebook, and that's not productive either. So it's about, focus energy. You go in there, you have fun, you connect, see what's going on, connect with a few people, like a few posts, make some comments, but don't spend all day in there, right? So, and you don't want to spread your energy too much. So I would say that, no more than 3 themes, even if one theme is okay, maybe join a few groups, but at least with this party planner, it can help you to plan and organize, okay? So can I get some takeaway of what you guys learned from playing the field? Who's going to be playing the field now? Yeah, yep, got some people are going to be playing. Yeah, better focus on 1 or 2 groups. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yep, participate actively, check those groups out. Yep, totally. Okay, so to summarize, so we have talked about, how to make yourself pop, building your hive, set a rhythm, work as a pack, and playing the field. So my question to you is, what's the one thing that popped for you? What's the one thing that really stood out for you that you thought, wow, I can really implement this? Can I just, like the idea of the forum marketing, brilliant. Yeah, great. Yeah, so can I just get some share on what's the one thing that pops for you? Right? I feel using structure, rhythm, personal branding, great, planning your post. Yep, choosing your theme and being consistent. Absolutely. Yeah, need to work on pop. Good, fantastic. Finding your color. Yes, great. So next week is going to be the advanced module. So I'm going to talk a lot less, but a lot deeper. So we are going to go into Facebook Live and how you can utilize Facebook Live to generate leads and build your brand. And we're also going to go into Facebook ads. I'm not going to go too deep into Facebook ads, but as a direct seller, how you can utilize Facebook ads to get your message, to amplify your message and really get you more eyeballs and more visibilities. So on that note, I hope today's session has been useful. If you haven't connected with me yet, I would love for you to connect with me. And then you can, I guess, get to know me better, and I can get to know you as well. So so on this note, I want to say thank you for all your time, and now I'm going to work out how I am going to hand it back over to Brenda. So
thank you.
Okay, cool, you took over. Thanks, Brenda.
Thanks so much, Lisa. Now it's excellent. Thank you. I guess what I'm picking up from what you're saying as far as an opportunity for our Young Living members is the structure and the systems that you share with us. That's your corporate background, I'm sure. And that will really hone and target and improve the effectiveness of the time that we spend on Facebook. For many of us, it's kind of sitting there and going, oh my gosh, what do I do now? So what I'd recommend to our audience is to pick that thing that you just wrote in as what popped for you. That's obviously the thing that you need to do. I'm assuming that is. If not that one, then something else. Just pick one thing and then go out there and do that this week, because there's so much information in what you're sharing, Lisa, that we just we don't want to be overwhelmed. So I recommend that everyone picks one thing and then maybe share it on our members' Young Living page or the Young Living Entrepreneurs page, so that we can acknowledge you for doing that as well. Anyway,
yes,
thank
absolutely.
you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Lisa, thank you for your time. We really, really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to next week, part 3. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Good night.
Lisa, I'll get you to leave. Actually,
Post recording.